radio. Tune in. Power up.
Pressure, ona vile inatupeleka. Pesa, kikosa leo unakesha na kuna kesho. Tulia kidogo, ganga ya leo, na ukinge moyo wako, moyo wako. We've made it this far, we're gonna be okay. With wonderful scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my faith, pick up the guitar and sing our song again.
Wanyoike, timgi machunyi dwaro, kungenga mungeyo, kima kinyo pango, nikech we ran away from misery, we had to pay for it dearly. Tutachelewa, lakini ndoto zetu hatutachorea. This far, we're gonna be okay. With wonderful scars that help us find our way. And when it gets dark and you cannot feel my pain, pick up your guitar and sing our song again.
They call me Chris to the cantata. They call me Chris to the cantata. That's why they call me. Huni nani ji, huni kantai hajali ji, huni mtu mkali ji, tuliza moto kufani ji. That's why they call me. Huni nani ji, huni kantai hajali ji, huni mtu mkali ji, tuliza moto kufani ji. Yo, they say it's hard to compose a rhyme. I say you out of your mind or you full of lies. Then again, you could be the slow kind. I don't see how lyrics don't hypnotize. Why lie? The season has transformed. You got reason to be bored, so now you want more? I'ma serve you flavor that you can't afford. The bill about to get placed on your tempo. So don't even try to resist. Look at yourself bumping to the beat. Get up and get down with a G-twist. Forget the hater cause the fool's not on the list. Dig this, we came and we took over. Got the keys to the ride and we're not sober. We made an oath that we ain't gonna ride for you. So now it's hip-hop, ride us to the border. Huni nani ji, huni kantai hajali ji, huni mtu mkali ji, tuliza moto kufani ji. That's why they call me. Huni nani ji, huni kantai hajali ji, huni mtu mkali ji, tuliza moto kufani ji. They're taking over my head, dog, they on a hustle. I'm taking over their bread, dog, I'm on a muscle. Try to be cool, but I gotta mumble. Better yet, after that, there's a big tussle. Quit them tears, boy. Dry your eyes, see the G going cheers, boy. Don't be mad, cause I say that you weird, boy. You kinda scared, so I see that fear, boy. Meditating on a cute shorty. Lean body, mean thighs like the chick bought it. I said real tight like the all assorted. If she arrested my ass, then she got a warrant. I'm a legend in the living, and that's that. I grab objects of vices you can't touch. Read all comprehension is too much. I know where's these words that bring the rap. Let's go. Huni nani chi, huni kantai hajali chi, huni mtu mkali chi, tuliza moto kufani chi. Huni nani chi, huni kantai hajali chi, huni mtu mkali chi, tuliza moto kufani chi. Glad that you stopped by. Who are you? What's your business? Bye-bye. I hate people that think that I'm on a rise. Yet and still, I'm the steel that will not fly. Ask why? I got this even better. On this planet, I teach you before the chatter. What I compose gets better by the day's weather. That's why they call me Chris to the cantata. Huni nani chi, huni kantai hajali chi, huni mtu mkali chi, tuliza moto kufani chi. Huni nani chi, huni kantai hajali chi, huni mtu mkali chi, tuliza moto kufani chi. Yo, yo, yo. That's why they call me. They call me Chris to the cantata.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
That is Chris to the cantata, Huni Nani G, and is playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Pawa Morning Drive show, welcoming you officially to the very first Monday of February. The year is 2025. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the Power Morning Drive show. My name is Wanyoike. I'm your host. Thank you so much to everybody who's tuned in. Let me know. Hit me up on our social media handles at the Wanyoike on Twitter. I'm also at Wanjiko Wanyoike on Instagram, and also you can catch us on our YouTube, where we're streaming live on X as well, and also on Facebook at Power Radio. If you've not yet subscribed, kindly go out there to our YouTube channel and subscribe to be and also hit on that notification bell so that you cannot miss out on what is happening on this side of the Sahara. Now, I am already at work. It's Monday. How was your weekend? I hope you guys had a good one. Najua kamshara kameingia, maybe mulienda kujibamba. Do let me know. Don't be shy. But before we get into what has been making headlines both locally and internationally, let me start off with giving you the day's traffic update so that you can know exactly what the situation on the roads is looking like. We start off with Thika Road. Thika Road, kama kawaida, kuna kuanga bumper to bumper. And today ninaona traffic imeanza from Githurai all the way down towards town. Things looking quite hectic this morning. The same situation across Kiambu Road from DCI all the way towards Pangani. The same also for Limuru Road towards Pangani as well. Things are looking quite busy from Valley Road. No, not Valley Road. From Village Market down towards Gigiri, down towards Muthaiga. Situation looking quite busy this morning. Lower Kabete Road kutoka pale Zen Garden, it's also looking quite hefty towards Spring Valley Police Station, and then it clears out soon after that. I can also see that Wayaki Way is looking not too shabby this morning. Kukotuna kamsongamano kidogo tu pale as you head towards Kangemi, Kabete National Polytechnic, and then there's a little bit of a snarl up as you go towards ABC Place, and then things look much better for you guys over there. Embakasi from Imara Daima, that intersection situation, things are looking quite busy, especially as you go towards Cabanas. And then from the Next Gen Mall, heading towards town, things are looking quite busy. Same situation happening across Langata Road from Galleria Mall down towards Nairobi Safari Walk. Things looking quite busy. I can also see that it continues all the way down towards Uhuru Gardens as you go towards Western Hotel and the likes. Ngong Road pia kumeshikana. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, both inbound and outbound from Junction Mall down towards Coptic Hospital. As you go towards the roundabout at Valley Road, things are looking busy this morning. The same situation happening along Agwens Korthek Road, especially as you go towards town. Kumeshikana kama kitu ingine. What is this? I can also see that Ongata Rongai Road, Magadi Road, so to speak, kumeshikana kidogo, especially as you go from Asiana Gardens down towards the Tuskys area. Things are just slowing, but definitely moving. So there's nothing much to complain on that road. Jogo Road, Kamakawa, things looking quite busy this morning, especially as you go towards town. Kumeshikana kama kitu ingine. So if you can avoid that route, kindly do so. Love yourself and do so. I think that should be it for major roads this morning. Otherwise, everything else is looking A-okay. Raila Odinga Road looking A-okay as well. Nothing much to complain about over there. Manyanja Road looking busy this morning, especially as you go from Buruburu into town. So there should be a little bit of a snarl up on that end as well. In case of any accidents or incidents, do let us know. The hashtag to use is hashtag Pawa Morning Drive. And then we get you to work safely and early enough, if possible. When we return, we get into the day's local and international news. Keep it Power Radio.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
GL Nani cheesy kama yeah. I've been faded, I've been naked, in different places, many faces, X-rated, yeah. I've been patient, I've been waiting. No other one that's come around can do the things you do. Who keep come around, we smoke a lot, Canadian pot, cheese and bomb. Catch a wine, dance along, bounce along, baby, bounce along. Wine and dine, made your mind, it's a clear sign that no other one that's come around can do the things you do. Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Oh yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah.
I've been faded, serenaded, celebrated. Ooh, very patient. See, I'm not so complicated. Ooh, kakwama on my mind. Your toes are juicy, align. Moyo kapiga sign, kisha underline. Only free because you let me be. That's the love I want for me. Long time was so baridi. Can't deny the chemistry. Ukakwama on my mind. Tuka alive. Tuka bigger sign.
Nobody else can match my energy. Cheesy come on, yeah. Cheesy come on, yeah. We up all night and still we tryna be busy on the AM. Cheesy come on, yeah. kama yeye. Oh yeah, yeah. Cheesy kama yeye.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
This is Hendrix Sound.
Misikatai, unanidai, akiwalahi, ninaogopa sitadinai. I want you to lie, ni vile I'm trying to find good love, baby, baby. I'll be the one for you. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. If you wait for me, I don't need nobody else. I'm trying to find good love, baby, maybe, and I'll be the one for you.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
They say it in my pockets are only coins and broken dreams, but it's alright. It doesn't matter what they say, wataongea anyway, any day. You and I I both know the shit I can't afford, but I can't afford to lose you. Cause it's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sazile hakuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. And it's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sazile hakuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. And it's alright. Baby, you are my woman, the words to my Luga, sweet Matuna. You are my woman, the words to my Luga, sweet Matuna. Nikikupikia kadishika poa, na feel ni kama tuko kwa ndoa, na hiyo ndiyo future nataka. Baby, keti hapa, wacha mi leo nipige dasta. You deserve a break, you deserve to feel my love in every single way. Cause it's hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sazile hatuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. It's so hard to find mdem hawezi mind. Sazile hatuna kitu, tuna spend some quality time. And it's alright. Oh, cause you are my woman, the words to my Luga, sweet Matunda. My woman, the words to my Luga, sweet Matuna. You are my Luga. Oh, tell me, baby, don't do me, baby. Now I know your love, not Matuna.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Akia, ninaoga jamani, ninaoga, sielewi nini natendeka, kwa sababu vile wajitolea kunipenda mimi sijazoea. Ninawaza na tena ninapanga vile mimi naweza kutoroka. Hisia zangu ambazo zinapanda zinanifanya kuogopa. Me so perfectly, how can it be now that you're with me? I can't seem to believe that this is for real. Unakazana, nakataa, wajaribu kusukuma, nakataa, nimechenga ukuta kaziba, ufa uwezi ingia.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All right, that is Akia with, beg your pardon, Sero alongside Waithaka, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Anne Wanyoike, and as promised, let's get into what has been making headlines. The one major question that every Kenyan is asking themselves is the abductions. Your guess is as good as mine. And unfortunately, we do not have a lot of answers as to who is killing these people. How come there are so many extrajudicial killings as well? What are the austerity measures that have been put in place by the state to ensure that there is this mitigation and litigation of the ones that are perpetrating this violence? And so this story is a living organism. It keeps changing, it keeps growing, and right now we are not only talking about the deceased, right? We are not only talking about the victims directly affected. We're also talking about their members of their family members or their kin members being also targeted towards this. There's a story here that was done by TV47, and I would like us to listen in on what exactly has been going on, and then we'll come back and discuss this further.
You can always talk to us on our social media platforms. Tonight, victims of the recent spate of abductions and their families are living in constant fear over what they say is following constant surveillance from people they believe are security agents. They now want the International Criminal Court, that is ICC, to intervene to investigate and prosecute the perpetrators of the alarming surge of cases of enforced disappearances and killings in the country. Sheila Chelangat begins our bulletin tonight.
For the infamous Kitengela 3, Bob Njagi, Aslam Longton and Jamil Longton, their 32 days of being held incommunicado were pure horror. Their release was a major relief to them and their families. However, this relief appears to have soared in the weeks since their release. They say they have been subjected to constant surveillance and threats from people they believe to be security agents.
On January 5th, 2025 at 6 a.m., I noticed a black Subaru Outback with a registration number KDP 044J with tinted black windows, black tinted windows, trailing me during my morning run in Kitengela. For days, the car was parked near my workplace, with two occupants, a man and a woman, inside at all times. The exact vehicle was also seen surveilling Jamil and Aslam Longton on multiple occasions.
Families of Kalani Mwema and late Justus Mutumwa, who were abducted in Mlolongo, also narrate their experience of numerous threatening calls and surveillance in their search for their kin.
Someone who claimed to be a police officer, he told me that my brother was in Lamu and would be released that night. However, he also wanted me to keep this information to myself or risk my brother heading up in morgue,
warning me to stop pursuing the case. The caller warned me that I would also be forcibly disappear. I soon realized I was being followed both on foot and vehicles, often at night.
As of now, the whereabouts of two of these Mlolongo Human Rights Commission shows that there have been 8 disappearances since last year.
The state is still pursuing us, perhaps because of the evidence that we have in regard to these forceful disappearances.
Kuna kazi kubwa zaidi ambayo Inspector General wa Police anayo katika hii nchi zaidi ya kuhakikisha kwamba sisi tuko hai na tuko salama.
They are now calling on the International Criminal Court ICC to intervene, investigate and prosecute those responsible for the enforced disappearance and killings. Sheila Chelangat for TV 47.
Right, that's a story there by Sheila Chelangat from TV47, talking about the plight that all Kenyans are in right now. It's a conundrum. And to just be politically correct, it's a conundrum right now. You know, yesterday I was watching an interview on Citizen TV done by the Cabinet Secretary of Climate Change and Environment, Aiden Duale. And he was being asked about, you know, what can the government really say, and what does the government have to say about this ongoing abductions. And he said clearly, and he came out to, of course, not condemn the part of the government that he is a part of. He said that the state has no idea of what exactly is going on, that they are putting up all their state machinery and making sure that they will get to the bottom of this. But really, the response came from a place that seemed to be very far removed from the pain that Kenyans are feeling right now, from the pain of the parents who have been forced to have to bury their children, the parents of those that do not even know where the whereabouts abducted, and it's quite unfortunate that these are the days that we are living in the 21st century. Not only that, but also in 2025, a country that prides itself to be a democratic country that upholds the I would call them the fundamentals and the foundations of democracy. We are constantly seeing the miscarriage of this so-called, justice. Fight and targeting of people, different groups of people that seem to be critical of the state, that seem to be critical of, the Kenya Kwanza government. And the big question here is that why are we framing this as many questions are being answered? And we've seen it over and over again that even the media has nothing to say right now. And I am speaking to myself also as a story there, that even not only the as sinister as this happens, and you manage to get a victim of such a circumstance, the next course of action definitely becomes intimidation, that none information is disclosed whatsoever, which means that we will never get to know exactly who is behind these abductions. We will also never get to bring to book everybody that is a perpetrator, whether they are the people that are organizing and conceptualizing and also implementing these abductions as well. And we should be embarrassed of ourselves as a people, but more so we should be embarrassed by I beg your pardon, not we as the people. We should be embarrassed that we are living in a country where we can of some about people, by the time that somebody of they're probably family members to people, not If they do not qualify on all those grounds, they are human beings. They are citizens of this nation. They deserve to be free. Right to freedom and, expression and all those things, right to freedom, and the right to protest and the right to have opinions against the government. We live in a country that upholds itself and prides itself in a constitution that accords the people the freedom. And so every act of abduction, every forceful disappearance is a mockery to the very fundamentals of this nation. It is a mockery to the human rights. It is a mockery to what we term as a democracy, where the rule for the people, by the people and for the people. It's raising more alarm, it's raising more questions. We demand answers. We don't want to keep talking about questions, yet we have the rightful people that we can point this who is doing this exactly, who is going to come out and say and publicly declare that they are the ones. We just want answers. I mean, we just saw the other day the DCI and the Inspector General Kanja coming to the courts and appearing before courts to in the pursuit of what has been going on with the Mutumo with the Mlolongo 4. And and when asked, nobody really, like, the answers and the responses that they gave were not substantial enough. The questions that were raised in that courtroom were also not substantial enough. And so it's quite embarrassing. I'm also very exhausted, to be honest. We can't be talking about abductions in this country in this particular time. It's like we are taking 2 steps forward and then 500 steps backwards. And so a demand to end this right away, right now. This should be held accountable. Demand not only from the media, not only from the collective. There was an eruption of some chaos at the UDA fundraising event that was happening, and Oscar Sudi tried to speak, but angry Kenyans could not be able to withstand any more, would call it hearsay or politicians trying to come and give a word to them, because the public outrage in Kenya right now is that our leaders have failed. Like, when you look at parallels between leaders and what we have in Kenya, there's no match up here. And so, they erupted.
never changed his mind. Well, maybe, baby, I'm a fool for you. Mapenzi kipofu, kipenda maovu, huoni, oh love is blind, never seemed so true. When I'm broke, natumianga bro, please call me. Akipiga naomba do, mbona kuna message nazitumanga. Send me money, to cut the long story short, yo, vumilia. Fool you, sponsors just wanna use you. Namwambia mtoto BK, ananishoni biashara tu. Na swezi mshibisha na panganga tu. Mwezi ukiisha sina ujanja, na renti kibishwa wanga planda. Oh baby, kwa na miwakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa na miwakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, only you baby, you're my only one. Girl, I wanna take you to my mama, show her you're the one for me. I'll never leave you, oh believe me when I say you will forever be my queen. Yule nalana ye kwa dhiki, talana ye kwa faraja, ahadi yangu ndio hiyo. Kama pamoja tumelia, tutacheka pamoja. Wow, vumilia na mimi, please don't leave me. Don't let the money fool you, sponsors just wanna use you. Mtoto wa mama usiharibike, yeah. Whoa. Baby, kwa na miwakati sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa na miwakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka na wewe. Yeah, mali nimetoka na wewe. Yeah. My only one. Okay, sana icheza kabubu. Baby, no more talk, just do. When time kama buyu, take kwa chini uko juu. Forever be my only one. Tukiachana itaniuma na joke una niga na ngoja nichome aruke ndani ka super sub. Usiache it happen, shikilie kasiri. You make it in life then, kushikilie pia mimi. You make me whole baby, don't let me go, stay beside me. You make me complete, how will be without you? Baby, kwa na miwakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa na miwakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa. Na nikibarikiwa, ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka na wewe.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Faki, tu aquí ya cojan you, que era mamu anyu.
prayer group we know. Nemahani, nemahani, Tia chini ena nie koeraga songa nisugulia toa Kenya kwanyu era mamuanyu teto semaniria hado kanivaine ateto semaniria hado prayer group ine nemahani Narosio kago tora guito okageidia yena wairomo nane oe akora gwale monoki onake oe kora gonie demonoki oh ikeda kaire karasina bisa
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
All right, welcome back. That is Irosh with the Maheni, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show, and my name is Anne Wanyoike. And we are continuing with our conversation. And we beg your pardon for some technical hitches that we are experiencing, currently working to restore that. And so we should be able to bring you our programming without any interferences or interruptions. So kindly do bear with us as we work to restore that. Right, now, let's move on to, again, the expenditure of this nation. Now, as you may know or may not know, we do have state houses across many parts of this country. We have a state house in Nairobi. We have a state house in Mutituandei. We have a state house in Sagana, Mombasa. We have a state house in western part of Kenya. I mean, we have multiple state houses. I think they should be 9. Alongside some state lodges as well. And so these state houses, a report that was done yesterday by Sam Gituku from Citizen TV indicate that they have used almost 751 million Kenya shillings. And it's yet to actually happen. It's yet to get to like $1 billion because we still have some we still have some I would call them some more renovation projects that are happening. But one thing that I want us to listen to right now is something that Mr. Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary of Environment and Climate Change, he was speaking to Citizen TV yesterday, and on the question of the money being spent, this is what he had to say about that.
The state lodges and state houses across the country, it's a lot of money. CS for environment, climate change, forestry. Aden Duale is here trying to defend his government, and he says it's a beautiful thing. Come on, man. Come on, let's be serious.
Of course I'm serious. That's what
and he asks that because...
And, Jeff, number one, I really want to say that media houses and media practitioners, which I have a lot of respect for, including this station, you must get your facts right before you air. You know, you can't be like a media that whatever it says must be factual and accountable.
What facts
There's
do you
nothing
get wrong?
like 10-point-something billion to refurbish State House. And the accounting officer of State House is the controller of State House. He appears before the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Security. That committee presents it to the Budget Committee, chaired by Ndindi Nyoro. It's audited by the Office of the Auditor General, independent. So it's not 10-point-something billion to start with. Secondly...
Over a period of time?
No.
Over a period of time?
No, I can only speak for the period of President William Ruto's occupancy at State House.
Okay, so that 220 million.
So the 10 billion is not necessarily
to put a flat roof
not
on State
factual.
House.
No.
220 million.
No, you know, I can, if you allow me, I can ask State House controller to take you on a tour. Sort about a roof. And let's not trivialize the seat of the president, the seat of government, the face of the republic in the eyes of high dignitaries who come. Unfortunately, let me finish.
What was wrong with the old one?
No, let me finish.
No, before we even get there.
Jeff, you have not been to the old one.
I have been to the old one.
You have not been to the new one, both of you.
How do you know?
No, you have not been. I mean...
How do you know?
How do you know?
You are not architects. You are not engineers. You have not been given the opportunity.
Let me phrase the question.
State House is not a place you can just walk in, but let me finish, if you allow me. So State House is the face of the Republic and the seat of power to distinguished heads of state and government. And the other opportunity you don't have is you have not traveled to other countries, including Tanzania. Their new State House in Dodoma. You have not been there. You have not been to outside countries. I have just returned with the president from Egypt. If you see Egypt, even let me pick Tanzania, the new State House. So 10-point-something billion, your reporter should tell us, did he got it from the budget?
He says controller of budget. He got it from the controller of budget.
No, let me tell you.
Those are facts.
No.
All right, that is a I would call it a head-to-head conversation happening right there between the Cabinet Secretary of Climate and Forestry, as well as I forget the last one. Yes, but Cabinet Secretary Aiden Duale there, speaking to Jeff and Olive Barrows from Citizen TV yesterday, and the conversation that they were having there is about the overt expenditure that we've been seeing about the renovations and how money is being spent in this country. Now, as you've heard him rightfully say there, is that the State House is a public face of a nation, which I have a lot of things to say. Then secondly, something that he has been able to mention is that he was assuming that the two presenters there have not been to state houses, and went on further to say that, for example, the State House in Tanzania, in Dodoma, the capital of Tanzania, there is much more, exquisite, and started comparing it to ours and saying that it's more exquisite, and it has taken more money to make sure that it looks like that. So let's come to this story of the so-called public face of Kenya. State House is not, and I say again without fear of contradiction, it is not the public or the face of Kenya. We know that the legacy of State House has just been one that is colonial, and I know that there was some arguments around the reason as to why we were renovating State Houses, because it had a colonial outlook. And why I'm saying that State House is not the face of what Kenyans are, it's actually as things stand right now, it should be ideally, but it's a misrepresentation of what Kenyans are. What we want to see as the public face, so-called public face of what Kenya should be and what Kenya should pride itself in, is number one, working systems. All right, the renovation of State House and giving it an exquisite look and giving it just very pompous appearances, yet they don't necessarily always have we don't necessarily see the importance to the Kenyan public, at least, for all this pomposity and exquisite I guess luxury, especially when it is being paid by the taxpayers' money. The face that we want to see is that the renovation of the State House has nothing to do with the renovation of the systems in Kenya. When we are talking about systems, we are talking about accountability and governance as well. We should not even be focusing on renovating State House if just some kilometers away from that State House, Kenyans are being abducted. The members of the family members of these people that are being abducted, first of all, we cannot even account for them. Secondly, they are also getting second-hand, or I would call it vicarious endangering or vicarious danger, because as I played the clip, you heard them specifically speaking that even them, they are getting calls of intimidation and, people on the other side of the call saying that if they do not put or bury the hatchet on these abduction cases of their family members that have been through this, even them, they are going to be the next one to be abducted. And then we come here and spend 750 million shillings on renovating State House, exactly on the backs and the taxes of the Kenyan public. And that does not sit right with me, because it's yet again the gimmick of the state to kind of remove us from what exactly is happening. So if we're talking about facelifts, I want to see active facelifts when it comes to issues of governance. Are we seeing the government working for the betterment of this of the greater 55 million plus Kenyans that voted this government in? If we want to see an actual facelift, we should be talking about our systems working. What about the healthcare, for example? We've just been seeing a lot of drama, and I would call it, the transition tension between the shift Shah from NHIF. This is also something in the health sector that we should be talking about and discussing in depth of how can we find solutions to ensure that this social health insurance fund is working towards the bettering of the healthcare and system of Kenyans. There's no reason that Kenyans should be in this. I would call them growing pains. A lot of confusion between the shift and the Shah transition, which has caused Kenyans to either go deep into their pockets because of, again, we still do not have a proper mitigation transition processes to ensure that healthcare is working and sorted out in this country. We also have facelifts when it comes to, for example, food security. We need facelifts when it comes to infrastructural development in Kenya. Just early last year, we saw a lot of flooding happening, and this flooding was as a result of poor planning, because when you get wrong one place, and especially in the urban areas, then that's why we end up having breaches that can cost even lives, and we saw many lives being costed out as a result of this flooding that happened in major parts of this nation. So really, I think the conversation here should not be facelifts of the various state houses and kwanza haituhusu. Honestly, as 55 million Kenyans, these are not things that we should be even concerned about. You can do your renovations elsewhere. And, to even compare it with, for example, the White House in the United States, I was listening to an interview by former U.S. President President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle Obama, and they were saying that they actually paid for their household to run. Like, they would pay for the food, they would pay for the bills, they would pay for the water, they would pay for everything, all supplies. Like, it was not from the state. It was in no way implicating on the taxpayers' money, and it's not the responsibility of taxpayers' money to be able to do that kind of work. And so you look at our nation, and you look at versus the United States, and you compare, and you see that indeed we are shooting ourselves in the foot here. We have no business having to use over 700 million shillings on renovation. What are we renovating? Exactly what are we renovating? Another opportunity for the miscarriage of, integrity, and of course an opportunity for corruption, because again, tenders and tenderpreneurs, you all know how these tendering processes happen in this country. It's always the who's and who's not. And so really, I think the focus is completely wrong. We should be setting our priorities right, and we should not be talking about facelifts, especially when, for example, food prices are on an all-time high. We also have very high unemployment rates. I mean, we're talking about 3.5 million Kenyans have no jobs, and these are people with papers. They have gone to school, they have earned their degrees, they have their diplomas, but they are being forced to look for menial jobs. And then you come and tell us that we cannot afford jobs nationally, and the only opportunities that we can give you as young people of these countries to go outside and build other people's countries. I mean, what kind of priority misplacement is that? And then the second thing that I want to highlight from that Duale statement is that, comparing us to Tanzania, I get it. Like, of course, it's good to see what other countries are doing, but the dynamics in this country are also different. We are not in competition whatsoever with any other country. And this is exactly why we need to be talking about our own domestic would call it domestic solutions to our problems, because they are always intertwined with exactly things here and there. And so, that's all I would say concerning this issue. Let me take a quick break. When I come back, we will continue with the day's what is making headlines both locally and internationally, including the Nairobi Funeral Home, a safe haven for rogue police officers. That's a question there by on page 3 of the Daily Nation newspaper. We'll also talk more about what has been going on about the continuous and forced disappearances as well. There's so much happening in this country. So do stick around. We come back and continue with our discussion.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Yeah, sawa. It's idea to tuko wax kama kao. K the Great. Can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life, so live your life. Oh, fire, you know I'm right. Yeah. Welcome to paradise. Yeah. Girl, don't just fantasize. Yeah. Light up and free your mind. Ataka unipendi unajua ni nani beast hapa. Na level za deadly uko unajua zina exist hata. Na kuombea daily ufike mali una aim. Before ni daddy nijenge na V8 baba. Before they play me nioneshe mali snakes. Mali snakes wako. Surgery ya utaona ma mistakes. Inaitwa surgery. Unaweza acha kucomplain. Acha kucomplain. Swedanganya side ye ni main. Can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life. So live your life. Oh, oh, fire, you know I'm right. Yeah. Welcome to paradise. Yeah. Girl, don't just fantasize. Yeah. Light up and free your mind. Yeah. So dry your tears. Daddy, don't you worry, boo-boo, have no fear. Mom said, piga kazi while I'm young and strong. I said, for you, I'll be strong for 1,000 years. Still zangu ni medley, Joshua ngam deadly. Marapo on a movie, Joshua kwanga jetly. Singa mani MC, zangu zina message zawa zina ziko empty. Joshua gamzi, here I go. Geuza flow, mwisho mwezi kuna teve, but at least kuna dongo. Mazote watandika kunidis, sitabona. Mbie nani amekupea this many hits in a row. So dance for me, baby. Just dance for me, baby. Dance for me, baby. Just dance for me, baby. Yeah. Mini jina kubwa labda tuzungumze na babako. Gari kubwa manishanga utaitishwa za macho. Bai mtumba ukihopa ijabeba kikulacho. Vibes tunakupa ka unapenda jenga haso. Lines tu zinakuja utasarenda mako. Ni like tu ataka nimeka watu moja mbaya hapo. Hii night ikwe true hadi kesho jione kwa mpasho. Hii life wezi jua so tonight please can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life. So live your life. Whoa, oh, fire, you know I'm right. Yeah. Welcome to paradise. Yeah. Girl, don't just fantasize. No. Light up and free your mind. Free your mind. Who can I be free? Oh, can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life. We only get one life. So live your life. Whoa, oh, fire, you know I'm right. So welcome to paradise. Don't just fantasize.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
California vitu nzuri tunaendelea mbele. Hakuna cha huzuni hapa, furani tele. Kwa wale wamesahau mziki yangu bado ni genge. Kwa wale wanatudharau tafadhali msifanye nicheke. Sitadanganya jamani, nimerudi studio leo na nasikia poa. Na najua mnapenda kusikia sauti yangu, kwa hivyo ngoma poa tu ndo tazidi kutoa. Unatulia nini bana, mka tuzitoke. Unapanguza nini bana, wacha jasho imwagike kote. Hata kama kuna ukame tunajituliza na maji baridi. Clemo raundi ameniambia nikute na ngoma mbili. Moral, wacha iwabambe. Na mjipandishe juu ka bendera na mwimbe ngoma ka national anthem.
Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako. Ndio ujue mahali bidii yangu imetoka. Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako. Ndio ujue mahali bidii yangu imetoka.
Anacho watu wengi sana wakule raundini, achieni pia mi ninone. Safari yangu ngepeleka mbio lakini mama kwenda pole pole. Usifikiri nimechoka, niko na nguvu kazi ile ngombe nyona mtaani. Sitachoka kutafuta majani, sitachoka kuendelea na safari. Wacha mguu zangu zitembee, wasanii wote wa nguvu wa pepe. Kimaisha na kila kitu wanafanya ni bidii na utafika pale unataka. Hata nikigonga so bado mziki zangu sitaacha kusambaza. Nimeamka chali yangu na sioni tena ka chalala. Weka mattress kando tunaenda kazi, weka stress kando mambo kwe safi. Moral watu wangare, moral watu watambe. Na mjipandishe juu ka bendera na mwimbe ngoma ka national anthem.
Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako. Ndio ujue mahali bidii yangu imetoka. Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako.
wengi umelazimisha watu wengi sana waruke. Asali bado nawapatia, tiongeza sukari utamu isishuke. Nikipanda tafana vile roho yangu inataka, sitapotea tena hata nikiona wengine wakitukata. Pilipili ni aje sikuja nisaidie kwa kamata, lakini sijui itakuaje tukiwa roga sana. Sijui atajisaidiaje tukiwa bonda sana. Tuwafundisha kupumzisha nyundo na bado weze kuflex mkono vizuri. Kuingia gym kupanua kifua kiasi na kupumua vizuri.
Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako, ndio ujue mahali bidii yangu imetoka. Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako, ndio ujue mahali bidii yangu imetoka. Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako, ndio ujue mahali bidii yangu imetoka. Nataka tu heshima yako, nataka tu furaha yako, ndio ujue mahali bidii yangu imetoka.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Right, that is Bidi Yangu, and it's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive show. Now, I want to apologize. We had put out communication that today we shall be having Oscar Kambona, who is a climate expert. We were to have a conversation about the implications of the pulling out of the Paris Agreement of 2016 by the United States of America. And so the conversation was to look at the implications that would have with the green transitions, and also what we are doing nationally as a nation, and the implications pretty much around the world of that conversation. But due to unforeseeable circumstances, Mr. Kambona will not be able to come and join us for our discussion today. So we do truly apologize for that. But he will be here next week, and so that we can have that discussion. So then the show must go on. The show must go on. So we'll just continue with looking at the state of affairs and the state of the nation with different stories that have been making headlines so far in the country. So do bear with us, and we'll be sure to make up to you as we continue with this discussion of the green economy and the green transition. Right. Moving quite along, Nairobi Funeral Home, a safe haven for rogue police officers. That's a question mark right there. A story on the page 3 of the Daily Nation newspaper. Now, Nairobi Funeral Home, formerly known as City Mortuary, is not a place of peace, but it's a facility weighed down by grief, where the air carries the heavy scent of formalin and something older, something deeper. That's a story there. And what they're saying here is that inside the funeral home, the very noble role, right, providing a holding place for unidentified bodies, including those without the next of kin, that has put the funeral home run by Nairobi City County in the spotlight. Nairobi Funeral Home stands accused of helping killer police and other rogue security agents to get away with cold-blooded murders and extrajudicial killings. Since last year, dozens of lifeless, this newspaper report says that bodies of people who went missing without a trace and whose families searched for months on end were found lying in the cold storage of the mortuary. The latest victims are Justus Mutumwa and Martin Mwau, whose remains were discovered last week after going missing in Mlolongo between December 16th and 17th last year. For the families of Stephen Mbisi and Kalani Mwema, friends of the slain duo, stepping into the funeral parlor last Saturday was meant to bring answers, a final confirmation, a cruel kind of closure. Opposition leaders are now calling this place of a crime scene. They speak of collusion between morgue attendants, the police, and the unforeseen and the unseen forces that decide which stories get buried and which remain in the light. Now, and I quote here, there is some collusion here between this institution and the police to hide bodies and the victims who have been abducted here, said Democratic Action Party Kenya leader Eugene Wamalwa, who hinted at initiative judicial process. He further on goes to say that they will be summoned to court, they will answer, they will have their day in court, because this turns out not to be just a place for storing bodies, but a crime scene where the police abduct people, kill them, and dump them there, right? So, yeah, you've heard that's the very powerful sentiments of Eugene Wamalwa. They're saying that the institution, which is the Nairobi Funeral Home, needs to be brought to book. And you see, again, I think abductions, extrajudicial killings, forced disappearances is a conversation that we might be having for quite some time, at least in the KK regime. And you can hear the sentiments from Eugene Wamalwa. They're saying that they have to be summoned, and that there is a collision between the police. There's also a collision between attendants of the morgue attendants, the police, and also some people behind what would probably be termed as the ongoing abductions and the cases and the very unhidden things that are going on that are not in the light. Again, begs questions, but I'm tired of questions. So when we look at this abduction cases, right? You look at it the way it's set up. It's like a complex of some sort. You know, when we talk about industrial complexes, it means that it's a system. There are people that are designated to make sure that this system works. There are people that are put into place to ensure that nothing is essentially lost, or there are no breaches or gaps here, except it's Kenya, and of course gaps have to be seen, because we don't think thoroughly through everything that we do as a country and as a people. And so by the time you're looking at the end tail of this cycle of abductions and extrajudicial killings, the last place you want to be dealing with such an issue is a funeral home. Like, how have we managed to get and to stoop so low that the place where people would necessarily go and look for maybe solace, or at least, the last thing you want to see is your loved one lying in a morgue dead. But then again, it's like adding more insult to injury. The last thing you want to do is to have to deal with that kind of image, and also hear conversations about the ways in which this preservation of these bodies are done, and that the funeral home is being complicit about the cases of abductions. The last thing we should be talking about in this country is to have more institutions being complacent and complicit. And by that, I mean they are aiding the perpetrators of this kind of injustices and abuse of human rights, abuse of the law, abuse on all sorts of levels, being complicit enough to the point of even death, being complicit and putting up with the nonsense, because this is absolute nonsense. This is sheer nonsense. And so as the party leader of Democratic Action Party, Mr. Eugene Wamalwa was able to speak, and he was saying that they need to appear to court and give answers to the Kenyans. We want to see that day, and we have to demand that day comes, and it comes speedily. We cannot afford to be in what has this country come to? And I remember Kalonzo Musyoka, a Wiper party leader, was yesterday speaking at at an event, he was saying that he would also want to appeal that the International Criminal Court, the ICC, to come in and help us with the public prosecutions of these issues, because I think it has gotten out of hand as we're talking. I don't think that the state of Kenya is willing and ready to have this kind of conversation of accountability. I don't think we are ready to, we are willing to have this conversation on a national level. And so the International Criminal Court actually does not sound like a bad idea. I think we can have a way out here if we really are about it, if we want to seek justice, if we want to ensure that we have a country that works and a country that upholds the dignity of people and their rights. I think the ICC route would go, would do something. I know how it goes. I mean, if the post-election violence is anything to go by, and we are looking at an us versus them kind of situation, yet again the villain here becomes the state, and the victim becomes the Kenyan public. Well, it might be a good statement, and it might give a good diplomatic outlook of Kenya. But I'm not so sure that it will go a very long way in ensuring that we have justice and justice being served to the family members and the people that have gone through this rogue and just very unlawful deeds of disappearances and also abductions. So if we decide to go the ICC route, there's a lot of things that we have to consider. You've had stories and cases of maybe witnesses that want to give an account, of what exactly is going on, being disappeared as well. We also have killings of the same witnesses, and our witness protection is also a conversation that we should be having here. And more so, when especially they come from, local areas, probably come from informal settlements, probably do not have ways in which they can protect themselves, because we are living in a country where the Attorney General's son himself has been abducted before. And so if people in power also do not necessarily have a say in this discussion, then the ICC's, if we are to look at the ICC coming into the prosecution process, then we must ensure that witness protection and also victim protection is hyper and like heightened, because that's the only way I think we can get to the bottom of this. You can hear the skepticism in my voice. I do not have any faith in our systems here, especially judicial systems, and not even the international one. I really do not have hope in any system where, because you cannot put your mouth, your hand where your mouth is, and so can be a dicey situation. But the ICC way is looking like it's something that we should consider as a country, because clearly in-house we have failed. So that's a story that continues on. It's a whole conversation on page 4 and page 5 of the Daily Nation. So if you can grab your copy of that paper and to get more in-house, to get more in-depth, information about it, please make sure you do that as well. Right. Let me take a quick breather, and then we come back and we continue with the state of the nation. Just an attempt to look at what has been happening and making headlines in Kenya and beyond. Keep it Power Radio.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
F what a hater say, sipping on that haterade. I'm tipsy off that Tangeray and Alizé, I'm hella paid. Pair of J's on me as I hit the stage, hella bait. Toast to the hard work, so every day we celebrate. I'm just a dream chaser trying to reach paper. A few years ago, we hadn't seen better, so I had to get up. Hustling never seemed better. I'm fed up, but it won't can't get the best of me, my nigga. I live a fast life, you can see Mula team holding down Africa from the east, please. You know we're trying to stack up all the G's, getting money overseas. Mikey told me had a dream, Luther King, we believe.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back, if you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 2-5 low. We hold it down,
when we down, you know we holding it down.
we hold it down,
When we down, you know we holding it,
we hold it down,
When we down, you know we holding it down.
hold it down.
When we down, you know we holding it. See, I gotta get that dough. Your money been the motive. Mama told me take it slow, boy. Keep your options open. Now we be all up inside your TV with a couple more beanies while we treat them haters like Stevie. Stevie wonder why these niggas bother anymore. Tell your tripper, shopper man, Kabungari better know that we swaggy, nigga out your swaggy. Tucci's rolling doobies with some beanies in the backseat. But I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches, cause they might catch me slipping. But you already know, can't moolah, that's that 2-5 flow. Yeah, now when we down, you know we holding it.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back, if you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 2-5 low. We hold it down,
When we down, you know we holding it down.
hold it down,
When we down, you know we holding it.
hold it down.
When we down, you know we holding it down.
Hold it down.
I swear I've been waiting for this moment since I was 12 now. Rock a snapback, fuck a fitted, let your brain smile. And we just glad you finally listened cause you chose style. 5 mighty kids been on a mission while they talk slime. You spit, I vomit, have you on it, dog, I breathe rhymes. No Superman, just rapaholic, see my team shines. So now I'm sipping gin and tonic, we don't squeeze limes. This life's been bitter for a nigga, but I'm still fine. Ha-ah, ha-ah, hey. I hope you learn the basics. Boy, them A to Z's, your 1 to 3s ain't talking about the Matrix. Thanks to KFC, oh yes indeed, I've graduated to MC. Living my dreams, glory to G.O.D.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back, if you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 2-5 low. We hold it down,
When we down, you know we holding it down.
hold it down,
When we down, you know we holding it.
hold it down.
When we down, you know we holding it down.
Hold it down.
When we down, you know we holding it.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Sudeka mama Yani kakaliet medore Sudeka mama Ahero kakako kigwarore Sudeka mama Yani kakaliet medore Sudeka mama Ahero kakako beautiful feeling Napenda vile nimezama walai niko deep end Oh Lord, sita pretend Cause every time we making love ni morning till the PM Your tender kisses kichako na dedi Oh, kendo sami denda ni papi chulo Oh, oh, my oh Koki kweda with all these positions Sheesh Me until I can't no more And now we're getting closer Your eyes are getting broader And Anambia baby don't stop Cause she wanna ride your tell her all night Sudeka mama Yani kakaliet medore Sudeka mama Ahero kakako kigwarore Sudeka mama Yani kakaliet medore Sudeka mama Ahero kakako
kwetu tunakanana, kisha baadaye tunakandana. Hatuna story, hatudai namba, maneno yanaleta lawama. And you know that I like it, and I know how you want it. If you like, baby, I'll describe it. Paint a picture for you, let you own it. I lick the cream, I love my toppings. Say a prayer before I dive in. Rinse with water from your fountain. I know you love it like that. And now we're getting closer, closer. Your eyes are getting broader, broader. And Anyambia, baby, don't stop. Cause she wanna ride and want me all night. Sudeka, mama. Yani kakaliet medore. Sudeka, mama. Ahero kakako kiguarore. Sudeka, mama. Yani kakaliet medore. Sudeka, mama. Ahero kakako kiguarore.
Mighty fingers.
I make mountains out of molehills, and it can be quite the scene. Think about how far I've come and my life looking greater than it's ever been. If I could eat my pie in the sky, it would be just my thing. Sipping on my champagne and my life looking greater than it's ever been. My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African. I don't know about my haters, but they should know about me. Keep me humble though, God. My life looking greater than it's ever been. I overflow flavor. My pockets are full of greed. Even on my worst day, my life looking greater than it's ever been. My life looking greater than it's ever been. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? You must be Africa's son. How did you rise so fast, so high, and not melt your wings in the sun? They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. They say you must be an African. They say you must be Africa's son. You must be an African. You jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me, jealous, don't hold me back. If you jealous, don't hold me back. Jealous, don't hold me, no, no, no. If you jealous, don't hold me back. I'm saying, please don't jealous me. Please don't jealous me. I'm singing, please don't jealous me. Please don't jealous me. I'm singing, please don't jealous me.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Let me ignite every part of you. Spell it out, mama, tell me what you're feeling. Let my actions be what you're thinking.
Cause it tastes like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. You taste like sugar and spice and everything nice. Close your eyes, I'll make you realize you're winning in life, yeah. You're winning in life. Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa ma. You're my girl.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man. I wanna climb to the top of the mountain, let you cruise on this endless sea. Open up the windows to your soul. I want you to see what you do to me. Watch my spirit melt into your arms. Freeze this time so we'll never be apart, baby. I know you're comfortable under my skin, so don't let go. Hold me close, let the energy flow from my head to my toes. Like this split, let's get lit. Wake back up, then we do it again, baby.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Superman. Chochote utataka nitakupa ma. You're my girl.
Call me a number one, baby, you can call me a Supergirl. Chochote unataka nitakupa, nitakupa. You're my man.
Somebody call for my girl, call for my cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sun lights at west side, you're always gonna be my number one.
Somebody call for my man, call for me cure, call for my lover. Cause when the sunlight is at west side, you're always gonna be my number one. Tell me how you want it, daddy. Tell me how you want it, papi. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me how you want it, mommy. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you want, I'ma make you happy. I'll make you happy, I'ma make you happy.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
That is number one by Le Band and is playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive. As we continue to assess the state of the nation, again, I will apologize that we were supposed to have a conversation about the conversation of the green transition and the implications of the United States of America pulling out of the Paris Agreement on climate change 2016 with Oscar Kambona, who will not unfortunately be able to make it, so we have pushed the interview to sometime next week, so kindly do bear with us, but the show must go on. We have to discuss what has been happening in this country. Right now, on the page 2 of the Standard newspaper, we have a story here about the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development having a crackdown and issues a stern warning against illegal textbooks flooding schools. Now, Let me go through this real quick. Thousands of students across the country may be exposed to misleading content in their quest for knowledge. This follows concerns by the KICD, that's the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, about the increasing circulation of unauthorized educational materials, particularly those targeting the competency-based curriculum, the CBC. Some of these books are said to bear the label approved by KICD, in quotes, in an attempt to deceive parents, even though they do not meet the required standards. According to the KICD CEO, Professor Charles Ongondo, unscrupulous individuals have exploited the implementation of the CBC to sell unapproved textbooks to unsuspecting parents and teachers, and I quote, "We are witnessing a disturbing trend where unscrupulous individuals are taking advantage of the implementation of the curriculum reforms to misdirect parents and teachers for their selfish gains," said Professor Ongondo. Professor Ongono also stated that while the government procures books directly from publishers for public schools, many unapproved materials still find their way onto shelves, violating the law and compromising the quality of education. And he quoted that we have a lot of unapproved materials making their way into schools. We are mandated to safeguard the integrity and quality of education in our schools. He also later on says that these materials that have been found in this book say that they may not align with the key competencies that the CBC intends to instill in students. Worse still, they might present outdated or incorrect information, further hindering students' academic growth, he stated. Right. So again, another day to deal with our problems here in the education sector in Kenya, and I think there's a lot to be said with this. So number one, we cannot afford again to have such conversations being the ones that we're talking about here in this country. And of course, people will make money regardless of what happens. People will always look for ways to make money and to secure their bag, as they like to call it. And so, yeah, it's quite dangerous for us to be dealing with something as very gruesome and and actually something very gruesome as this, because you're dealing with the future of this country. We're talking about students, learners, pupils, The fact that they are even in one way or the other might be exposed to incorrect information. And I mean, if you went through 844 system like I did, growing up, and you start interacting with the world for what it is, and you start venturing out of the histories of what we were taught in school, for example, and the things that we supposedly our education catered to, then you start seeing that there is a very huge gap in between what the education system is supposed to help us do, that is critical thinking, build people's capacity to be able to analyze and disseminate information that is rightful, that also is layered and have nuances. And so I remember myself, like when I went to campus, I remember being super just confused, because now I met kids who had gone to international schools. Others had gone to like accelerated Christian education, which these are the learners. There are schools that are set up in the ways that the learners, the curriculum caters to the learner's needs, and they go with the pace of the learner. And, they are taught to critically think, which the mishaps of our education system here, and I would talk for 844 because that's what I grew up on. There was not a lot of, I would say, allowance for us to question And because me, I talk, and I've been talking since childhood, I remember just feeling very stifled by not being able to raise my hands and ask particular questions. In one instance, for example, I remember I loved social studies. Back then it was GHC when I was in primary school, and because I am a humanities nerd, I just remember feeling like the angst that comes with a young, curious child, to want to answer and to want to keep pressing the buttons of the teachers. But there was not an environment that was created for me to be able to critically think. Anything that anything that I would like to question, or anything that I would question so that I could understand, was stifled. And so that was me with humanities and things that are mostly leaning towards the creative and the crafty side of school. And then when it came to the logical side of school, like, for example, math and the sciences, I was not really good with math. I think I got a D in my KCSE, and I'm very proud of that. Mwalimu wa math uko wapi? But, there was a sense of, this is not my place, because I do not grasp concepts easily when it comes to logical things like mathematics. My God, I had such a hard time with maths. But when I look at where I was supposed to thrive, for example, in literature and languages and humanities, there was not enough space for me to express myself. And I hope that the CBC is the one place where kids are going to be given that safe space and nurtured to ensure that we are producing critical thinkers. And so when we have some issues very alarming here, looking at the possible future of this country and talking about them not being able to provide that safe environment for learning, and also for learners to have critical thinking with outdated information. What are you going to set up a nation to be about? Now we are talking about major transitions in the world, like everybody is raving up about the artificial intelligence, that's AI. We're talking about technology. How can we infuse AI into our learning systems? Right now, I was looking at a documentary in some schools in Western countries where writing down like this, pen and paper, it's an outdated thing. Nobody is talking about books now, no, not anymore. Students are going in classes with like meta screens. Nowadays, the screen is being worn as a spectacle. And so when we have mishaps in our education system, like we're still talking about textbooks, the first world countries are like 20 years ahead. They are already sort of adjusting themselves and their systems towards what could be futuristic learning. So critical thinking is something that is going to be very pertinent. And I'm not saying that you have to do away completely with, old ways of learning, but there is a way, there's a world in which these two combine and come together to form a very coherent and very futuristic kind of education system where everybody is catered for, that the fast learners are catered for, the slow learners are also catered for, because I think the conversation should be every child is smart, like they can actually catch on concepts. It's not I don't believe that people are born dumb. I think that old statement for is it nature or is it nurture, I think it's nurture mostly. I don't think children are stupid. It's just a matter of the environments within which they find themselves, and that is not being able to being nurtured. Then I think we should be having a conversation here to be talking about how we can do to ensure that we are building up the muscle of our children. So I hope that the KICD will come up with proper planning of textbooks, but also it's unfortunate that the Kenyan conversation is on textbooks, yet the world is moving so fast. But I hope that we can follow up on this story and see the solution that comes out of this. Let me take a quick breather. And then when we come back, we'll conclude on our conversation. Keep it to Power Radio.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
I sing this song because of you, because of the love you made me know is true. I sing this song because of you, because I hope that you love me too. Your smile got the best of me, so I'm singing you this melody. And even if this life ends now, I know that I am happy with you. I'm happy with you. I know that I am happy with you. Your smile, your voice, I know that I am happy with you. I sing this song because of you, because when you leave I don't see no one else. I may be left, I may be out to say that I don't feel this love. No, I don't got proof, but just listen to my heart say. Your smile got the best of me, so I'm singing you this melody. And even if this life ends now, I know that I am happy with you. I'm happy with you. I know that I am happy with you. Your smile, your voice, I know that I am happy with you. I'm happy with you.
Alrighty, welcome back. That is vocals zimeenda shule. Oh my god. Nikita Kering is a hidden gem, and she sounds like butter. She sounds like butter. If I said it so myself. And she's playing right here on Power Radio. That's Happy With You, Nikita Kering. Kering, our superstar. And that song leads us to the end of our show today. Thank you so much to everybody who was able to tune in. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the Pawa Morning Drive show. On Wednesday, we shall be hosting Mr. Oyamo Richard. He's a poet and activist, and we shall be looking at his album launch. He has put together an album called Kio Chajami, and it's a collection of performances from his album that shall be focusing on what has been going on really in the country, painting a picture of some of the social issues. We're talking about abductions and the poetry, and what his poetry has to do with ensuring that we get into discussions and dialogues about the same situation. So do join me on Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. with Oyamo Richard, poet, as he tells us about his album launch and how you can plug into the conversation, how much are the tickets and all that jazz. But before I leave, I will be leaving you in the very able and safe hands of Caroline Murote with Shiva Sessions. She comes in at 11 a.m. so you do want to stick around and join her for that. And then later on, our in-house resident advocate, Mr. James Wanyoike, comes in with Sharia Dive from 5 in the p.m. He has 6 p.m. as he discusses all things legal. And then, of course, it's Monday. You definitely know where I shall be from 5 p.m. at Nairobi Cinema. Come and join us for Fitness in the Word. It's a convening of believers and Christians who just want to have a good time in the presence of the Lord, and also an in-depth time of studying the Word. So it's absolutely free. Nairobi Cinema, 5 p.m., the place to be. But for me, for now, goodbye, God bless, and see you on Wednesday.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
It was a dream, holding you in my arms, that I can't believe, 'cause now you're holding my heart, and now you're standing here with me. Usiende mbali nami, nikiwa na wewe mi sitaki mingine. Nipe mkono nikupende milele. Nikiwa na wewe mi sikosi lolote. Mini wako wewe. Juni wewe tu nataka forever. When I'm with you, I don't want another. Ni wewe tu nataka forever. When I'm with you, it's me and you. It's me and you. Even when I'm not with you, still my heart sings it true. The simple melody for you. Na siwezi fikiria mimi nawe tukitengana. Basi mpenzi amini, mimi nawe tunafanana. 'Cause my world belongs to you, to you, to you. And I wrote the song for you, just for you. Nikiwa na wewe mi sitaki mingine. Nipe mkono nikupende milele. Nikiwa na wewe mi sikosi lolote. Mini wako wewe. Juni wewe tu nataka forever. When I'm with you, I don't want another. Ni wewe tu nataka forever. When I'm with you, when I'm with you, your love it colors me, shades of gray or golden hue. The way it feels with you. Now nimeridhika. Once you call my name, every single wall you've got me breaking free.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Forever, I'm with you. Moyo nitakupa, ni wewe tu, milele pamoja.
say